I think we just had a collision on our couch here.
Part 2!
That's right. We've got the second half of the collision to react to for y'all. What's up, y'all? We are the Cinefanatics. My name is Robert Adams.
I'm Chris Adams.
And yeah, part 2 of this. So this one is going to consist of Liz Shannon Miller taking on Paul Oyama.
Hopefully we get a dungeon win here.
Yeah, and then we've also got the rematch of the Shirewolves versus the Odd Couple. You know, here's the thing. I was hyped for Schmoes and Kalinowski in the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Now that that's over with, we've seen that. We've reacted to that.
We've had our dreams crushed.
Yeah. Now that that's over, I'm really eager for these two matches.
Yeah. I mean, so first off the top, like I just said, it'd be nice to see the dungeon get a win here because obviously Zipper didn't win the Manager Bowl and Schmoes didn't win against Kalinowski. And so now we have Oyama going up against Liz Shannon Miller. Can the dungeon pull a win out of this collision? They're still a rookie faction, you know, aside from Zipper, give or take. But for the most part, they're still a rookie faction who really would love to just show that they're here to play. They're here. They're serious. They need a win in this event.
And Oyama is another one of those competitors who's new to this game and has yet to lose. I mean, not including free-for-all, of course, but he hasn't lost. Neither has Liz Shannon Miller. So this will be an interesting match.
Yeah.
So real quick, who do you got for that one?
It's hard. Like, here's the thing. Like, for some of these, it's not who do I have for that. It's now at this point, who do I want to see win? Liz Shannon Miller is a great personality. I would love to see her continue going forward in the game. But I really, at this point, it's just really weird that I'm about to say this. I want Paul Oyama to win. Because if we recall back to one of our earlier, when Paul Oyama was making his debut.
I know what you're about to say.
Wasn't a huge fan.
No.
His catchphrase kind of threw me off. And then just
the weird cockiness,
his
right
entire
off the bat.
personality, like it actually rubbed me wrong. But now that we've gotten to see him a few times,
and he's adjusted himself.
He's adjusted his catchphrase.
Yeah,
and he has done the smart move by joining the dungeon because Kaiser and Schmoes are two of my favorites now. I can get behind Oyama.
Yeah,
so Oyama.
And then again, we've got to point out that Liz Shannon Miller comes highly recommended by Ethan Irwin and Ethan Irwin's wife,
which is a big deal.
But as I said in the JTE versus Liz Shannon Miller, I was really hoping to see her kind of like really shine in that match. But there's a little bit of some questionable shinage just because the strength of JTE's questions compared to hers.
The difficulty.
Yeah. I don't quite think because of that she was able to really break through and show what I was looking for in there. Yeah. I mean, granted, she still took down JTE.
That's a big deal.
But I don't think we didn't see the gusto that you would think she would come with being recommended by Ethan Irwin. So I'm really hoping to see that this time because she is going to go up against someone who we know out the gate has that force, has that gusto, has that ability.
Exactly. JTE should have been a big match for her to kind of prove herself, show herself, and just because JTE's questions just were really difficult for him.
Those questions were difficult for him.
Those questions were difficult for a lot of people.
Dan Murray will probably be scratching his head on some of those.
We're now looking at this match being the one that she's going to have to show herself on and prove herself in. And I think the same is going to be true for Oyama also.
Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to have to agree. I'll probably side with Paul Oyama just because he's shown that strength. That last match that he was in, he pulled out that Sabrina question.
Yeah.
Like, that was just mind-blowing on that one.
Yeah.
I have to side with Paul Oyama on this.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's Oyama. Now, for the next match, the title match, who do we have on that one? Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Because here we have Andreyko, who has now gotten a hold of a belt. He's now tasted championship. We have Snyder, who has been a proven team champion before, regaining a belt again, up against the Shirewolves, who in their heads are probably like, we shouldn't have lost those belts the first time. We're going to need those back.
Yeah.
How is this one going to shake out?
This one is... I feel like it's just like the first time we watched these two play for the belt. We're like, we have no idea. It could go either direction. Now the fact that it has gone either direction, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I mean, you have 4 really strong competitors on teams against each other. At this point, it is really anyone's game. You know, you have Draco and Snyder who are hungry to hold on to that belt. They want to get that defense. They want to put the Shirewolves away and not have to worry about them anymore. And then you have the Shirewolves who are like, no. You took something from us. We're going to need it back now. And so they're going to be hungry for that win also. We have 2 teams who are going to be really hungry for the win.
Now,
and I'm just really hungry for some food.
Yeah, always. So, here's the thing. Now, you brought up the question earlier, what would we like to see? I would like to see the Shirewolves immediately get their belts back.
Yeah, has that ever happened?
I don't think so.
I mean, considering how long the Patriots' run was, I don't know if anyone's actually been in a position to rematch and then immediately take it back.
Because I think, if I remember correctly, Above the Line took the belts from the Patriots.
And defended it.
And then defended it twice.
Yeah, they defended it from the Patriots, so the Patriots couldn't take it back immediately.
Yeah, and then they did it again with I believe the third match was an Iron Man match, if I remember correctly, between the Patriots and Above the Line.
It was the third match. That was their defense, though, against them.
Okay.
So the first time Above the Line lost. The second time they went up against, they took the belts, and then the third time they defended against them.
So they didn't get it twice, but they didn't immediately lose it right back to the Patriots.
No, this would be the first time that we would see something like that happen if Shirewolves take it back.
So here's the thing.
Shortest championship ever.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, as much as we were talking about before, it would be great to see the Odd Couple, Mark Draco finally get a belt, Jeff Snyder regaining the belt with a completely different team. We move on to, well, what haven't we seen yet that we would like to see? That's what I would like to see, is the Shirewolves immediately get that belt right back.
Yeah, that would be so cool. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Yeah, I don't know who do we have on that one. I think I want to have Shirewolves.
We want the Shirewolves,
yeah.
But the Odd Couple still definitely deserves to have those belts.
They earned them last time. Let's see if they can earn them again after this first match.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Some of these images are kind of hard to look at
now.
Yeah.
It makes me cry.
This is the big Season 6 preview. Yeah. So I'm looking also at this article about the Schmoedown Rookie Singles Division.
Yeah.
And Liz Shannon Miller.
So you remember last year?
Yeah.
And I said, watch out for Ethan Irwin. Remember the name.
Right.
Okay. 2 names I want you to remember now. Liz Shannon Miller is one of those names.
Okay.
Recommended by Ethan's wife and said she knows more than Ethan, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And the other one, David Del Rio. Those are my 2 names.
New faces. The concept excites me. 2 new names to the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Liz Shannon Miller. Liz could be the next Ethan Irwin.
She's got to be somebody to look out for.
Hit by a vehicle?
And your winner, Lightning Liz Shannon Miller.
So much hype about you. Like, they're saying you could be the next Ethan.
You get that first victory, who knows where you go from here.
And they said Ethan could be the next Dan, so she could be the next Dan. That's how it works, right?
Got my feet wet, and now I know what to expect in the future with other MVPs. I'm here to play. I just want to play.
Each competitor right now, Roxy, 1-0.
Bridges.
And your winner!
I don't know. Patton?
And your
You just took down one of the biggest players in the game.
Really knows that she earned this victory today and has earned that big match at the Collision on June 27th.
Paul Primetime Oyama is coming in from the fan leagues, follows in Chance. He's our second competitor that I plucked from the fan leagues. He's confident, he's cocky, he believes that he'll be champion within his first 4 matches.
Wow.
And your winner!
How many matches are we up to now?
Primetime Paul Oyama!
People were questioning if
That was
how I
his
would play in
first.
this league, and
Sure.
he's too young and blah blah blah. I wasn't too young to answer those questions, and I'm not too young to steamroll through whoever's next.
I don't know what we're going to see from Paul. I don't know. Prime time, though, it should let you know that he thinks a lot of himself.
We have 2 new forces to be reckoned with in the singles league. Do you see him pulling off an upset according to the rankings against Makuga here today?
I'll say Gene Hackman.
And your winner!
There's 2.
Paul Oyama!
Hey, Chance, the mute Ellison. Well,
Chance was his third.
Do your
It
job.
was a third.
Chance?
So this 4th is for the number 1 contender position.
shit about nothing. Give me a call.
Why didn't you
That
join
makes
them?
sense.
They're winners. Have you seen Smets?
Chance thought that he was coming in. He's the shining star. He's the only
One
one.
of these
and
two going
then
up against Dan.
It hits him. Guess what? There might be somebody bigger and better than. Wow, this is anybody's game still.
Nothing.
Very interesting.
I would love to see actually Paul Oyama go up against Dan.
Good luck at Collision.
We don't need luck. In the dungeon, we breed champions. We know how to win. We know how to smash, and it's on.
It's really just about not trying to think about having a perfect record, just trying to think about keeping forward. Hopefully, he remembers movies that were made before he was born.
Liz Shannon Miller versus Dan Merle is going to be one of the most respectful matches you've ever seen.
Way of that title, Dan Merle's waiting.
He's like, I'm going to hold on my belt. She's like, I just want to play.
I mean, I'd sure love to take that belt from you if I could.
And we're back.
I'd love to keep the belt if I could.
And look, before we get into this big singles #1 contender match, just a reminder.
You seem a good man. I hate to kill you. You seem a good man. I hate to die.
I hate to die.
Hashtag this one, Oyama versus Miller. And keep on the conversation. And just let everyone know that this stream will be available until Tuesday, 11 a.m. PST. Patrons will not be getting a match this Monday, but all patrons will be getting a match on the entire event on Tuesday.
One big vid.
This whole big vid
One
on
big vid.
Tuesday, and then this will air to the public on Friday. But the post show will be directly after this goes off the air, after the main event. So make sure you check
One
that out.
big vid. We are doing 2.
But we are now up to
Slightly
the
smaller
#1
vids.
contender
Big vids,
spot.
well, for
and
us.
like we said, the dungeon has had a rough go so far in the Collision.
0 for 2.
But could the golden boy, Oyama, Paul Oyama, primetime Paul Oyama, who also came from the fan leagues, and everyone thought that Chance Ellison would be the main player, the one that broke through from the fan leagues and became the champion, and Oyama was said, no, wait a minute. I'm the guy.
I can wear even darker sunglasses than you, Chance.
That's right. I'm the guy, and they battled each other, and it was a phenomenal fight. They played their hearts out, and Oyama was the one who came out 3-0, and now he plays against Lightning Liz Miller, who was touted to be a great movie trivia mind by former champion Ethan Irwin, and she has proven just that. She has beaten David Del Rio. She also beat JTE. She beat Demi in her first match. She is also on a roll, so no matter who wins this, we're getting a 4-0 rookie to play against the champion, Dangerous Dan Merle.
Yeah, you talk about Season 6 being the magic season. I think one of the most magical elements so far has been the rookies that we have had come into the league in Season 6. I mean, some of the best rookie performances we've ever seen in the history of this great game, which dates all the way back to the 1940s. Liz Shannon Miller coming on the scene, and then you have Paul Oyama.
That's when Roka made his debut.
These are 2 of the young stars, not just of today, but of tomorrow. And like Christian said, one of them is going to take a huge step forward. The other one is going to get that first loss. And that L column, once that gets checked once, you really test the player's mettle. How are you going to bounce back?
It's true, and I'll tell you right now, the dungeon needs a win. This is going to be their 3rd straight loss. If they don't pull it off here too, can Oyama do it? But Miller is. She also wants to get. It's funny because not to a place to where it's like a Roka Merle situation, but Merle was the one who took the title away from her friend Ethan Irwin. So there might be some kind of a fun redemption story for Liz if she can get to that title match to play Dan Merle. Either one of these competitors will be a great challenge for the champion. And we're going to find out. Here is the tail of the tape, Mark. Let's start off with Liz Shannon
What are we
Miller.
looking at?
Liz Shannon Miller, you've got classics. You have 80s or 90s movies. And she's also has a fantastic hat. I like that hat.
A great variety of hats.
Good
big,
hats.
Big walk-in closet full of hats.
Yes.
It's like Lando's cape room.
Primetime Paul Oyama. Classics. Anything from the 90s and up, I guess, is one of his strengths too.
Are those classics?
Yeah. No, classics and then.
Oh, and then the 90s up.
And then,
but 2000s, he hits a skid.
And I don't want to say this out loud because the kids are watching, but one of a good
Don't
skill.
do it. Don't
being,
do it.
being a dick. It's one of his skills.
Don't be a D, kids.
Don't be one of those. All right, so that's it.
Don't
Mark,
be a
you ready
D.
to go?
You could be
yeah,
an A,
okay,
a B, Q if you want.
They're saying he's got that
That's
BDE.
exactly what he would like. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
what?
movie trivia Schmoedown.
What does that stand for?
Some big dang
Crowd
energy.
has not lost anything off their fastball.
Introducing first, with a record of 3 wins, no defeats, and 1 knockout. She is Lightning Liz Shannon Miller.
Here comes Liz.
There's Liz. She's
She
ready
is
to play.
right to the table.
Just wants to play some trivia, get it done, get
her
herself
hat?
to that
That
title
hat
match.
does almost remind me of the hat that Isaac wore in
ready to
Children
go.
of the
Liz
Corn,
Shannon, but when you have to
which is a horror
speak
movie,
three
so you
names into the
completely
mic,
don't
you
get that
deserve
reference.
Thank you so
But
much.
it kind of reminds me. I know it's not that hat, but it does remind me of it.
Representing the Dungeon, led to the ring by his manager,
You can have fun now.
Kaiser, with a record of 3 wins, no defeats, and 1 knockout. Prime time, Paul Oyama. Out the gate, right at the top.
There he is.
Kaiser still has pep, and there's Smets.
Kaiser.
We got one
Smets is
more.
rebounded.
We got one more. One more, and Oyama, this is it. Can they didn't get a chance to get to that IG title. Can they get to the singles title? Paul Oyama shaking the hand
Like,
of Lightning Liz.
stop
and they are
reminding
ready.
us.
Christian, stop rubbing it in.
Call it Collision 3. I
Jeez.
call it the Kaiser Variety Hour. He's been appearing frequently on stage.
He really has.
And now we move on to this singles matchup in which the competitors will be faced with 3 rounds of movie trivia know-how. In round number 1, you're going to hear 8 questions. These are questions asked to the field. You understand the rules, or were you sleeping?
I fell asleep, but I'm up. All right, so we start with Paul Oyama. Are you ready?
Set your clocks. Let's do this.
And Liz Shannon Miller, are you ready?
I have no clever catchphrase, but let's do it.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown.
That one works.
Always be Ethan.
I think we just found it.
Yeah, I have no catchphrase.
I think we just found it. I don't have a catchphrase.
I would buy that bumper sticker.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go. Starting with question
Kaiser
number 1 is
does
action
not
and
need a mic.
adventure. Which film in the Fast and Furious franchise introduced Agent Luke Hobbs as played by Dwayne Johnson?
Your buddy. Yeah. Run the clip.
We don't have that clip.
No, we don't have it.
Not anymore. If I knew you were going to set me up for it.
I say it for Schwarzenegger.
5, 4,
blew
I
that one.
love him
3. No, I did it. 2. You weren't paying attention.
when you can
1.
start off on
Pens
a
down and Paul.
point.
Fast 5.
Yes. Liz?
Fast and Furious. So
Correct.
have it. Yeah.
Okay. So
Fast
Oyama
5.
goes up here 1.
That's 5.
All right.
Next question.
Move on to the world of directors. And your question is, who directed the 2018 film A Simple Favor?
2018.
I'm going to guess the favor wasn't as simple as they initially.
Who directed
I
that?
don't like that joke. That's fine.
It's a comment.
Play on words. 5,
Was that the
4,
one with Anna Kendrick
3,
and
2, 1. Liz.
Paul Feig.
That is correct.
Incredible first name, Paul Feig.
Yes, that is correct.
an incredible first
It is
name?
good.
Next
Oh,
question.
yeah.
Next question. Dramas. Who played British Lieutenant T.E. Lawrence in David Lean's Lawrence of Arabia?
What are you talking about?
Dennis Zen's favorite.
Yeah.
Just recently played at ArcLight.
5,
Big screen.
4,
I mean,
3, 2, 1. Paul Oyama.
Don't forget the
Never going back to
apostrophe.
that desert. Peter O'Toole.
Yes, Liz Shannon.
Shoot.
Oh, and Alec
Guinness.
Guinness. Okay, no.
Not
so
Sir
Paul,
Peter
Alec Guinness,
O'Toole.
although.
Okay.
I didn't forget the
Paul
apostrophe
going up
because I wrote a
1.
name that doesn't have one.
All right, move on to comic book movies. Movies based on comic books. Your question. What does Captain Marvel crash into while arriving on Earth after escaping the Skrulls.
Oh.
It's just such a nice come down after an.
I was imagining her in a ship, and I was like, I don't remember.
And 5, 4, 3.
Of course I remember.
1. Liz.
Blockbuster Video.
Yes, it is. Paul.
Blockbuster Video.
What a difference.
Wow, what a
Blockbuster
he said it
Video.
already.
Make it a
They
blockbuster
will
night.
guarantee that your new release
Please
is
be
in
kind,
stock.
rewind.
Thank
I
you
was
to all
about
the
to say that
good
one,
people
too.
working at Blockbuster Video. I'll see you later on tonight.
It's gonna do the wow, what a difference.
Fantasy
But Mark
sci-fi.
took it from me.
Sci-fi is the next one. What 2016 fantasy film takes place in Azeroth, a realm of humans and orcs?
God, you know,
2000 what?
these humans
18?
and these orcs get together.
Was that
just a ruckus.
2018 or was it
Disaster.
2017?
Pure
It's either
ruckus.
2018 or 2017.
They just said the
5,
year.
4,
I can't remember.
3,
But I know what Azeroth
2,
is.
1. Prime time.
Warcraft.
Yes.
Warcraft, World of Warcraft.
Oh,
I
yeah.
probably won't get this, will I?
No, we can't give
Yep.
you World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
She
it was
wrote
just
too much.
Warcraft.
5-2. 5-2.
5 to 2,
I didn't
and then
know
we
what
move on to
Azeroth
your next
was,
category. This is in the
because
world of comedies.
I'm not a nerd.
I don't play World of Warcraft. I did play Warcraft 2 back when I was a kid, but that's a completely
Which
different
actor
game than World of
who
Warcraft.
played a Star Trek ship captain narrated the 2012 comedy Ted.
Oh,
Yama looks determined. Really
Yeah, he's,
determined right now.
Have you ever checked to see if his sunglasses have the answers
5.
written inside?
4, like the mirrors in the back.
Yeah,
3.
that's how I would cheat on a
2,
test.
1.
oh
hands
wait,
down, Liz.
no.
Patrick Stewart.
Yes. And Paul.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it.
Captain Jean-Luc Picard,
So
Patrick
there goes the
Stewart.
perfect game.
I almost thought I had the
Liz
wrong one. Nope,
starts to
Patrick
crawl
Stewart.
back here. Only 2 down now.
Good
That was a
job.
big miss by Oyama. Here's the next question. Horror/thriller is the next question. Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks take on an alien parasite.
Yep.
In what 2006 film directed by James Gunn?
Oh, Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks. That's all they had to say, and I already had it.
All they had to say for me was 2006 and James Gunn.
Well, it just depends on this question.
Yeah.
5.
You can probably get it off of that.
Can you
Yep.
repeat the question, please?
Yeah, that's your first one. Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks.
I think I actually got it
take
just
on
off of
an
Nathan
alien
Fillion, come
parasite
to think of it. I'll have to
in
go
what
back and watch this when I
2006
edit it, but I
film
think I got it
directed by
just off of
James
that.
Gunn?
Serenity.
That,
Hey, when
yeah,
do we
not a
stop
horror
calling
film,
him,
but not a.
Chate and just go into
I don't like
JG?
Serenity or Firefly.
Harris does
I
the
know
same.
it's, I know it's a hot take for
The
geeks.
professor.
5.
I like his brother.
I appreciate and respect the
3,
show, but
2.
just I
Can I
wasn't
get
a
one more
fan.
repeat the question?
Yes, you can. And
She's using
Nathan
2?
Fillion and Elizabeth Banks.
She-
take
it's 'cause
on
she
an
knows
alien
it.
Parasite.
She's just trying to
in
pull
what
it.
2006
Not a good place to
film
do that,
directed
though.
By James
No,
Gunn.
you don't want to use 2 right in the first round.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay, Fillion
That's
Banks
like-
versus the parasite. Who you got?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You want to save your lifelines like towards the end.
Yeah.
5, 4,
You might need him more
3,
there.
2,
Oof.
1. Paul?
Slither.
Yes. Liz?
Didn't have it.
Didn't
Ah,
have
the
it.
two
Okay.
JT rules didn't pay
Slither.
off.
Slither.
All right, it is 6 to 3 as we move into the last category in round number 1. Category 8, and this is in the world of animated movies. They're drawn movies.
Doing as good as
Question.
Paul Oyama at this point.
What is the name of the leader of the Sharks that brings Marlin and Dory to the fish are friends, not food
Yes.
meeting in Finding Nemo?
Kind of an ironic name too.
Solid game. Miller needs at least one more.
Yep.
Nice little nod and wink on that name.
Comes from somewhere.
Yep.
5,
The Hulk.
3,
No. Well, sort of.
2, 1. We start with Liz.
Bruce?
Yes, it is. And Paul?
Bruce the Shock.
There you go.
Bruce.
Fish are friends, not
Good move
food.
there by Liz. She only finds herself down 3 points here as we get into round number 2. That's the wheel round. Paul Oyama having a strong round like he has been doing in
Nice.
previous matches here. He's got 7
I'm
points.
happy with that.
But again, Liz only is down by 3.
Same.
We've seen many competitors come back from a 3-point deficit, especially with round number 2. How's that
5.
going?
That's why we call it the Wheel of Fate, Doom, and Justice. You're going to look at that wheel. You're going to see 10 different categories of movie trivia, Schmoedown know-how, as well as what every competitor dreads, opponent's choice, and the fan favorite spinner's choice. Each cat.
1 JTE rule left and 1 challenge. And Paul has all 3 of his JTE rules and 1 challenge. Paul Oyama is in the lead by 3 points. Paul, would you like to go first or defer?
Go for it.
You're going to have Liz go. Liz, please spin from the wheel and not the pegs.
Here comes Liz Shannon.
The records are evenly matched, 3-0 with 1 KO.
Big spin
Both of them.
Liz.
We've seen this so many times. You go into round number 2 with the lead, but the way that wheel turns is a mystery.
Well, that's the question. What kind? She's had tremendous
Except in
luck
Houston,
the
we all knew it always turned to spinner's choice.
Yeah.
Very well, and I believe she's aiming.
Not going to be able to leg out a spinner's choice here, but it could be comedies.
Comedies? Gonna go with comedies.
Go with comedies.
All right.
Go with the yucks.
Liz is going with comedy. And here we go, Liz. You're going to get 4 questions in comedies. All right. Here's the first question. In Sorry to Bother You, who plays Cash's uncle, Sergio Green?
Multiple choice.
Terry Crews.
Is it A, Danny Glover, B, Terry Crews, C, Cedric the Entertainer, or D, Forrest Whitaker?
Terry Crews.
For 1 point. Yep.
Very funny in commercials.
Yep. Question 2.
Weird
What
movie.
comedy duo play the Wedding Crasher duo of Jeremy and John in 2005's Wedding Crashers?
Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
Yes, it is. 2 points.
I don't know what she said, but I know if we knew it. So
It was Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Question 3. Who plays Martin Lawrence's undercover partner John in 2000's Big Mama's House?
Paul Giamatti.
Is it A, Eddie Griffin, B, Terrence Howard, C, Steve Zahn, D, Paul Giamatti?
Steve Zahn.
It's incorrect. For this, you either have A, Eddie Griffin, B, Terrence Howard, C, Steve Zahn, D, Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti.
For 1 point, that's correct.
Terrence Howard was the villain.
Very funny movie.
Yep.
Martin, one of the
I know
best
my
sitcoms
Paul's
of the
right.
90s.
All right. All right, Liz, here's your last question. How many Heather characters were there? Malevolent? What's that?
There you go.
Malevolent. You
Malevolent.
What is it?
Big word.
I can
$10 word.
How many malevolent Heather characters were there in the black comedy Heathers?
5.
I need clarification
That's
on that
fine.
question.
How many?
How many characters were named Heather?
Yep.
3.
That's correct.
Dang. See? Piece of cake.
All right. So
Big answer for her, too.
4 questions. That was 4.
Yep.
So now we get to Paul Oyama, who finds himself down a point as he goes to spin the wheel. He is going to either please spin from the wheel, not the peg.
Here
There's
comes
Kaiser.
prime time, and oh, what a shocker. Kaiser lurking around the wheel.
There's a spin.
What a shocker. Kaiser's out there.
Kaiser's almost like a buoy out there.
Yeah, Kaiser looking at the wheel like it owes him money.
Uh-oh.
Probably does.
No, it's going to go past it.
All right, so he is going to be maybe looking at drama.
Nope,
Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson.
Johansson.
All
What's he
right.
gonna do?
This is to answer questions based on her, not meet her.
You gonna go one more time?
Gonna
All right.
spin it again.
Here's this hot shot kid.
What do you mean the movie Trivia
I gotta tell
Schmoedown's
you, though,
not
22
high
or
enough
whatever
on the
it is,
echelon
you
to
don't
where they
play
actually
the
get
game
to
very
meet
well.
Scarlett
Yeah.
Johansson
You
if they
don't
spin
think
Scarlett
that way
Johansson?
around
I
the
mean,
match.
come
You
on.
don't see that
Very
a lot from
well.
rookies. He knows
Joke's
how to
on you,
play
she's
well.
behind the curtain.
Yeah.
He knows how to play the game. It's been impressive to watch what he's doing.
He's going to go past spinner's choice here, and he might end up on one of the greatest actors of all time.
Kurt Russell. Ooh.
Kurt Russell.
I guess they're happy about it.
Well, Kaiser's happy,
Yeah.
but Kaiser's not answering the questions.
Kurt. All right, Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell.
Might be
All
actually
right,
a really
I'll
good
be
one for
asking you your
Paul.
questions about American treasure, hell, worldwide treasure, and great wine taster, Kurt Russell. Your first question. What 1980s Disney animated film stars the voice talents of Kurt Russell and Mickey Rooney?
The Fox and the Hound.
2 points.
Oh,
2 points.
right.
Wow.
I'm a hunting dog.
All right, your next one. Kurt Russell starred with Mel Gibson and Michelle Pfeiffer in what 1988 crime thriller?
Robert Towne's Tequila Sunrise.
Wow.
It is Tequila Sunrise.
Wow.
That is the answer.
He's answering quicker than we could even process the question.
Yeah.
All right.
Did they ask
Next
one?
question.
I don't know.
What was the name of the boat in Captain Ron? Whew.
I'm gonna go multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, The Wanderer, B, Venture, C, The Surprise, or D, Ocean Runner?
Surprise.
The Wanderer.
He wandered into a point.
One more point.
I'm gonna go with the Wanderer.
Well, yeah. I would too now.
right, your next question. The last one in Kurt Russell's lineage for today. In what Western does Kurt Russell play Sheriff Franklin Hunt?
Tombstone?
Bone Tomahawk.
2 more points.
Not Tombstone.
Paul Oyama. Wow. Very impressive knowledge.
Wow. That's very impressive. Finds himself now. It's 15-9 as we get into round number 3. That was a very impressive round by Paul Oyama.
His round was as impressive as Kurt Russell's hair is.
Yeah, so now we find ourselves here with Oyama with 15, Miller with 9. She's going to have to fight here to stay in the game as we get to round number 3. How's that go?
Round number, going to get your 3 numbers first. Mr. Primetime, what would you like?
8, 17, and 12.
8, 17, and 12 for
They're
Paul
all
Oyama.
available.
And Liz?
14, 15, and 16.
14, 15, and 16 from Lightning Liz. Liz, you're going to start here first. Try to avoid the TKO here as we get to question number, your 2-pointer, which is number from 14, and that would be musicals. Musicals. Okay, Liz. In West Side Story, Maria's brother Bernardo is the leader of which gang?
The Sharks.
The Sharks.
It's not Paul Oyama's nickname, but that is correct.
I mean, it could have been.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Correct.
Tried to sell it.
Tried to. All right, so Liz is still in the game here as she gets to now her 3-pointer.
That's awesome.
Number 15, crime films. Crime films. Okay. All right. In Heat, name the actor who was gunned down in the street by Al Pacino after trying to use a little girl as a human shield.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Looking for Tom Sizemore. Tom Sizemore.
That does sound like something Tom Sizemore would do.
So Liz has to hit her 5-pointer here. If she hits it, it bounces back to Paul. However, if she misses, primetime Paul Oyama will be the new #1 contender and will face Dan Murrell for the championship. Liz chose category 16. That's new releases. New releases. Here we go. 5-pointer. Which Parks and Rec alumni voices Donna Lou Who, Cindy's overworked single mother, in 2018's The Grinch?
Amy Pollard?
Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones.
For 5 points.
All
right, so she keeps herself
A.
alive.
Pollard,
She
Aubrey
avoids the
Plaza.
TKO. And now Paul Oyama has 3 opportunities to make himself the #1 contender. He just needs to hit 1 out of the 3. Mark, he chose number 8.
That's right. And the Sharks, first category.
No.
Excuse me. The Primetime Sharks, first category. Number 8 corresponds to the world of the 2000s. These are 2000 to 2009. And that's worth 2 points. And in this particular scenario, the win for you, Mr. Oyama. Your question. Richard Kelly directed Jake Gyllenhaal in what 2000s thriller?
Nightcrawler.
Danny boy, you better be ready. Donnie Darko.
Oh, no, that's right. Oh, stupid.
Way to go.
I really like that movie, too.
Facing Dan Murrell for the title. Primetime Paul Oyama. Oyama is the #1 contender, but what a battle by Liz.
Danny boy, here we
Shannon
go.
Miller
Can we rewind that?
No.
No.
She is 3-1. We'll probably see her in the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt, somebody to pose possibly a threat.
The world will know
in
that you
the
flubbed on
playoff
Donnie Darko.
format that we have the
Congratulations.
ultimate Schmoedown. And when you look at Paul Oyama, I like what I saw from the post game just there, because you see how excited everybody is, and the dungeon gets a W, and Kaiser's very pumped up. He also goes up to Liz Shannon Miller, congratulates her on a game
Donnie
well
Darko,
played. I
too.
like that.
Why are you in
can
that
still
rabbit
be
suit?
intimidated
Why are you in
and
that
have
human suit?
disrespect.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was the thing. He's got the fire in his belly. You can definitely see it from this kid. There's no doubt.
Such a
about
good
it.
movie.
He said Dan better be ready. He wants Dan.
Weird as all get out.
When he
but-
said Danny Boy, I thought he was answering Donnie Darko incorrectly.
And he's talking about Dan Murrell. He's talking about
That's
once
going to be
again,
a good match now.
I wouldn't even say arguably the best player we've ever seen in this game.
He's on the Mount Rushmore.
He's the best.
Right next to
He's-
3 of me.
He's 12-4. He has 8 knockouts. I'm sorry, Sam. You retired with the belts.
Was there something happening off camera?
Yeah, but again, Dan Murrell right now.
That happens all the
third
time.
title reign. He's going to try to defend it for a second time now, and it'll be against primetime Paul Oyama, who can do something
Roka?
that in singles I don't believe has ever happened. A rookie going undefeated to win the
callback.
championship. We know that Ethan won the title as a rookie. We know that Mara Kanopik won the Inner Geekdom as a rookie going undefeated. But primetime Paul Oyama has
And we know
a
that
shot to be
Smets
the
could have
youngest
won.
champion of all time by a handful, a long margin.
It wasn't
and
for
now
Peter.
we're going to talk to Jen Sturger first who is with.
Look, I'm
Lightning
still
Liz
broken up about
Shannon.
that.
Liz, you're obviously shaken up after that. Do you think playing under the lights affected
She's like,
you?
not really.
No, I mean, I've been playing under the lights before, and I think honestly, like, I guess I should have brought 3 of my best friends to help me out and hang out with me on the set. That would
Hopefully they're better company.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? But I think it was he's a really great competitor. He knew his stuff.
We just talked about this, Liz. What's your language?
He really knows his stuff. He's very cool, very calm, very collected. I respect the
He knows his shoot.
Which is more than
He
most
knows his stuff.
But you've done such a great job since you've come into this league. I think this rookie class has proven themselves to be incredibly dominant. Obviously, you're 3-1 now, but you're going to be in the singles tournament. Are we looking forward to that now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've learned a lot from playing so far, and hopefully we'll just take that forward.
Oh, I love your optimism. Liz, shake this off. We're going to see you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Liz Shannon Miller showing exactly what she's been showing since the moment she walked into this league.
Her stuff.
She's a
Her
crowd favorite.
stuff.
She's very knowledgeable. She's just a class act all the way around, and we're happy to have her in the league, and we're going to be happy to see her in the tournament, obviously. But now, finally, the Dungeons got themselves a win. They're feeling good. They got a little more pep in their step, and they've got their golden boy with them right now. It is primetime Paul Oyama, undefeated, 4-0, going up against the champ, Dan Murrell. Let's hear from Jen.
Kaiser, I see you feel like a little redeemed now.
Well, you know, Primetime's record speaks for itself. He took out the kid, who I even have trouble hating. He took out, who else did you take out? You took out Baby Cobra. You took out Lightning Louise just now. Let me tell you something. Merle better watch his back, because I know that kid's a legend, but, you know, that old farmer better get ready. I know he's got a strong work ethic. He's up at 5 milking cows before his matches, whatever he's got to do. But when he faces prime time, he better get ready, because this kid is ready to roll, and I'm ready to take him out.
And I just learned that Dan Murrell has a farm. So obviously you're 4-0 now.
I need that clip of Dan Murrell doing that.
5-0.
I'm all the way over in retirement.
Singles champion, the youngest singles champion at that since Mara. How are you feeling about this?
Ready. I'm going to come to that match prepared, as I always do, and I hope that Dan does too. You know, talk a lot of trash about him.
He just comes as Dan.
But Dan is someone that I respect and someone that I want to beat very badly, and we're going to make it happen.
Are you intimidated at all facing the GOAT? I mean, he is the GOAT. Sorry, Sam.
Being intimidated gets you nowhere. I'm just going to gotta come and play my game. I can't answer his questions for him. So all I do is play my game, and if I win, which, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, intimidated is not the word.
Look, I've got some new plans before you try and blind my competitor here at the mic. I'm going to send this kid to the Huang Fu Shaolin temples for a couple weeks. He's going to be studying, meditating, praying, watching the Criterion Collection front to back. And when he comes back to the dungeon, he's going to bring us a championship. You can bet on that, Merle.
I may miss
I don't know if we have all that in the budget, so hopefully you got a Patreon. Back to you guys.
Well, yeah, again.
Yeah, strong words and a tinge of racism from Kai.
Well, it's one more thing to boo him when next time, whether he shows up at a live event or whatever it is. But the Dungeon needed that win. They really did. And you look at what Paul Oyama has done in his run here. It's impressive. You can say what you want about the guy. You know, yeah, is he the most likable character in the world? No, not at all. He's quite hateable. But the thing is, he's a great competitor. He really is a great competitor. He knows so much. How he knows so much at his age. He's like 22 or whatever he is. How he knows as much as he does and so much confidence. It's very rare. And honestly, it reminds me of Dan Murrell, of the way that he answers questions and the knowledge that he knows. This is going to be a fight between him and Murrell. It's going to be a very intense, a great fight.
Yeah, I mean, youth versus experience here. But Paul Young, what I like about him, yes, you said he has that intimidation factor, and he's got a little bit of the heel going for him. But I like that he respects the game, and he respects the game's history. And nobody's a bigger part of that than Dan Murrell. He is woven into the fabric of the movie trivia Schmoedown, and it's going to be quite an epic clash when those two get together.
Well, yeah, it's the Dungeon versus the Horsemen, and we're going to see that lead up as we get closer and closer. It's not that far away. It's going to happen in July. Dan Murrell and Paul Oyama will go head-to-head to see who will be the champion. Will Dan get yet another defense, or will we see the youngest champion of all time rising from the fan leagues just a year ago to now becoming the #1 contender in a very short time, undefeated? He is 4-0 right now, 4-0. Should he do it? Should he beat Dan Murrell? He will be 5-0 and the youngest champion we've ever seen. I know there will be a lot of support his way. I know the fan leagues love the guy. He is a legend in the fan leagues, and should he beat Dan Murrell, he could start his way into becoming a legend in the Schmoedown.
Yeah, kid's 22 years old. When I was 22, I'd seen like 4 movies my entire life. This guy knows a lot about a lot of different genres of movie knowledge, and I guess that's it for the collision. So thanks for watching, everybody. You can
not quite
don't
yet.
let the door hit you in the way out.
Not quite yet, Mark. 3 down. But we've got one big one left to go. That is right.
Wait,
the
there's
main
another
event
one?
is right around the corner, and what a main event it is. You have the team championship on the line. You have the challengers, which is crazy to say, the challengers, the Shirewolves, the reigning Intergeekdom champion, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, and her partner, the legend, classy Clark Wolf. They were 6-0. They were 6-0 when they went up against the Odd Couple, the #1 contenders, and they thought, we thought, a lot of people thought that they were going to come out with that win. It did not happen. The Odd Couple won in a very close match, but because the Shirewolves defended twice, Mark, that's the main event, and that's why we're here today.
I'm very excited to watch this epic clash. It's going to be a 5-rounder, kids, because, again, belts are on the line, so we're going to have buzzers, we're going to have betting, and it's going to be an epic knockout, drag them out, smash up match, closing out Collision 3.
Well, you're not going to get an epic match without an epic promo from Mr. Eric, the Nerd Chronic himself. Here we go.
And your winners and new movie trivia Schmoedown team champions of the
Jeez.
Mark Andreyko, the long journey has finally concluded.
He gets a belt.
He is finally a champion. Mark Andreyko has won the championship.
Bibiani, Bateman, lots of us know this is like the white whale, and to finally conquer it even once makes you feel like you belong to be here.
So many Captain Ahabs.
Jeff Snyder is a team champion again.
To be the first person to win on 2 different teams is a huge success. You're going down in Schmoedown history. And Draco, this has been a long time coming, and I could not be more proud of you guys. This was not luck. This was you guys.
When they announced Mark Andreyko as my partner, I let out a woo-hoo. Because I was excited. I knew we could do great things in this league.
Mark Andreyko.
You're going to be paired with Jeff Snyder in Anarchy.
Yep, he's definitely the bad cop to my good cop, but I think that balances out well, and Roxy will be an interesting addition because I think Roxy's
What
a
I
really
like
good
is
manager.
how rocky they were from the beginning, and now how well they work
that's
together.
True, but I think you guys proved today that you're a force to be reckoned with.
I don't know if there's
take it all the
actually
way.
any other team that works as well together as those two. Like, yes, the Shirewolves are
Shirewolves.
fantastic, but
I would say the Shirewolves and who's the boss.
But the Shirewolves worked great together from the get-go.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, who's the boss was close, because those two also were pretty rocky to begin with.
That's correct. Didn't have a tie game.
1995.
1994.
That's correct.
That is a
steal.
huge
Big
steal.
steal.
And as
Baranski?
We are tied going into
weird
round
as it
number
is for
3.
me to say it, I think Dan and Roka are actually right underneath
Steven Spielberg.
Tie game.
We were tied going
those
in.
three
we're
as
tied
far
coming
as
out.
how well they actually work
Apu
together.
is incorrect.
Key Largo.
Incorrect.
Which is
The
really
road
weird for me
to
to say because I
Eldorado.
think
Brad
that Dan and
Pitt
Roka
and
are a
Matt
powerhouse team.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was a tough match. It was well fought and well played.
We were lucky to escape the Shirewolves today because I know I didn't play my.
I can't wait till I see
my
Founding
best game,
Fathers
and I can't
versus
wait for a rematch
Shirewolves
to show
if
them
and when
how
that ever
good
happens.
I really am.
When you do what the Shirewolves have done and accomplished in this league,
I feel really good about not only what we did today, but our legacy so far.
Whatever it takes to get to that belt, we're going to earn it.
We are the league. We're in the league, and we're the winners right now.
the fact that they won 2 straight defenses.
We'd be eager to do it again.
Rachel Cushing and Clark Wolf could be the first to ever repeat right away. What a main event for Collider
Okay,
Collision.
so yeah,
we
it
have
hasn't
now
been
as
done
Mark
before.
Andreyko
Yeah.
takes his first championship. Jeff Snyder, the first person to ever win the title twice. And now what
That's 'cause
a
Top 10
challenge
had the
for the new
titles before
champions
the
as their
Patriots.
number one, their first defense of the titles. The Shirewolves get a chance because they've defended the title twice to take on the Odd Couple.
I think the Shirewolves are going to be gunning for those belts once again.
It was a good reminder. It's fuel to the fire. You learn every match.
Collision, you know, they're going to get an automatic rematch against you guys at Collision.
We will bring that A game. That means we do it at Collision.
That's one of the
we'll do it at
situations like
Collision.
for when like after the Patriots lost to Above the
They have
Line,
6
now you see
straight
the
victories,
Shirewolves losing
2
to
title
Odd Couple.
defenses.
It's so weird
You
to
enjoy
see
that belt
these
because
dominating
we're
teams
taking
not
it.
having their belts on their shoulders.
I was just thinking that when they
Proven
showed
to
the
play
poster, I
very
was like,
well
wait a
in
minute, the
live
belts
scenarios.
are
Doesn't
not
matter
on
who it is, we're going to answer the
the
Yeah.
call.
Shirewolves'
They knew
shoulders.
going into this, yeah, we know that we have to play our best, but they knew they had that in their back pocket. Here they go, main event, Collision. We get to see this amazing match again.
I have a feeling Collision's going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Round 2, fight.
Well, if you weren't excited before, you should be now because there is the promo for the team championship, the rematch
It's a whole
between
new,
the current champions, the Odd Couple, Jeff Snyder, Mark Andreyko, and
Get ready.
the legends. You have
Did
Classic
the most
Clark
useless
Wolf
thing
and
again.
Rachel Cushing and Jeff Snyder. Also,
It's
by
like-
the way, has to be
it's like
not
super-
Etch-a-Sketch.
It's like
It's
Superman
the
pumping his
first
arms.
time
It's a
to
whiteboard,
ever
not an
win the team
Etch-a-Sketch.
championship twice, 2 different teams. Mark Andreyko
Again,
had a
it's like
journey
Superman
to where
pumping
for
his
a long
arms.
time. Was he going to win a belt? Could he
Stretching
win
it
a
out,
belt?
getting
And
it
what a
ready.
great moment! What a nice emotional moment when he did do
Really
it,
morphed my
showing
arm
how
at that
much
point.
it meant,
Please stop.
showing how
No
much he
one
really
wants to see
wanted this, and the partnership between
Sorry, I had to
both
stretch
him
that leg.
and
I don't
Snyder
know
and
why,
Roxy
but-
You messed our
Stryer.
audio up.
Roxy Stryer, who's also making a big
I
case
gotcha.
to be manager of the year. The way she works with these
That's
guys,
right.
really
Our audio is
keeps
controlled
them in
down on
check.
the floor.
They truly are the Odd Couple. But to win, to keep on to
We're
those
sitting on a
titles,
couch. What do you
as
expect?
know, it is very hard to do, especially when you're staring over at Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing.
Well, that's the big question with the Odd Couple was, are they going to be able to complement each other's strengths? Will they have good team chemistry?
Right.
The very definition of team chemistry is, it relates to the Schmoedown, is the Shirewolves. They've done it so many times. They've been so great for so long. And I have great news for everybody in the studio. I've just been told in my ear from a semi-drunk producer, Schmoedown Collision 3 is now trending on Twitter as a hashtag.
Nice.
We are trending on Twitter alongside other great hashtags such as Waffle House and Norway.
Perfect. So keep the hashtag going, especially for this main event, Schmoedown Collision 3 and Shirewolves versus Odd Couple. Live tweet about it. Get it out there. Comment, like, share, do the whole thing. Well, don't share this one yet, but share it on
Easy,
Friday.
easy.
Share it on Friday. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We're so excited for you to be here with us for this main event.
I was going to edit this in
Mark?
5 minutes and crank it out, but guess not.
We got to do a tail of the tape. We do a tail of the
I mean, they're good at everything.
We do a tail of the tape, and the tail of the tape is exactly this. You have the Shirewolves horror movies. You could say
Same as
Lord
Callum
of the
Smith.
Rings
They know
fantasy
everything.
movies if you wanted to, and just kicking ass and taking names.
Being friends.
Yes. Odd Couple, you also have,
Mantis,
whether
take
it is
names,
musicals, okay? It could be Tarantino, and being strange, odd, and offensive, but that's just Snyder.
Having a very fun intro theme song.
Yes,
kick
and
names.
Draco is a hell of a human.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I'm ready.
All right. It's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Get that golden throat ready.
Still doesn't sound right.
5
No, I said the okay
rounds
one.
for the movie trivia Schmoedown Team Championship of the World. Introducing first,
Can't believe they're the ones who are being
the
introduced first.
challengers
Yeah.
with a record.
They're the challengers this time.
6 wins, 1 defeat, and 2 knockouts. They are the former movie trivia Schmoedown Team Champions.
I'm not a fan of this song.
Clark Wolf and the Inner Geekdom
Not because of misogyny,
champion,
I just don't like
Rachel
Beyonce's
the
music.
Crusher Cushing.
Whoops, we're gonna catch a lot of flack from the Bayhive now.
Shirewolves.
The Bayhive?
Yep. Beehive, Bayhive, whatever they call them.
Rachel, their Inner Geekdom champion, waving
They're just coming in.
the crowd that have longed to see the return
Hey, look.
of the Shirewolves. They know
Rachel's
what
got
to
a
do.
belt.
They've been here before.
Nice intro and nice outfits. Just very
Still.
just kind of relaxed. I like what they're doing there. And their opponents. led to the ring.
I mean, I do look forward to a Shirewolves entrance.
Manager,
They're almost pretty much up there with Bibiani's entrances.
Typically, yeah.
One defeat.
I think they're just focused on their game.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're focused on this instead of their entrance.
It's okay for them to focus on their game.
Undisputed movie trivia Schmoedown team champions of the world. The Insnider, Jeff Snyder.
In the meantime, Jeff Snyder, though.
Mark the Android and Draco.
Yeah, let's see what
Mark's
happens.
going to come out waving, and Jeff Snyder's going to come out. There's waving.
What in the world?
And there's Jeff Snyder. Again. I don't know if we're actually like really good at predicting, or if it's just we've watched this for so long we just know what's going to happen.
How many times did we see that in a year and a half? Snyder walking out with the belt, coming out with the championship, and he
in the
defended-
autumn, the leaves are going to fall
Can
off
he defend it?
trees.
Last
Well,
time
yeah.
there was defense against Clark Wolf. It was against the Wolves of Steel.
Yes.
This time he's got to do
That
it
outfit,
against
though.
the Shirewolves. Going to be something really big. I won something.
Jeff Snyder looking like a white
They're
trash
already
blend
winners.
of the Good Witch.
Yeah.
Team Schmoes win. All right.
So
There you
the
go.
champions
Didn't know they were
have sat
competing.
down. The
Did it without
challengers
answering
have
a
sat
question.
down.
That's a
And
first.
They have all the answers in front of them.
Round number 1 in this championship 5-round match works like thus. 8 questions going to be asked to each team. Has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the 5-round match, and each team also has
might be the
one
end of this
challenge
marker.
to be used at any juncture. Christian.
All right,
What a way to
we
go
asked
out,
the champions first. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm ready, baby.
And the challengers, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Ready.
He's got like an S&M whip. Like, just weird.
Now, kids, if you don't know what that is,
The Symphony of Metallica. It's a good album. Go look it up.
no, don't look it up. Don't look up
Action-adventure.
anything.
Metallica.
In Kingsman, the Golden Circle, who plays the head of the statesman, Champagne, a.k.a. Champ?
Again.
Yes.
I did, but someone else who I've been told I look like has 1 and 2 also.
I
5.
like being able to answer the
4,
first question right off the
3,
bat. Makes me feel good
2,
about the rest of my
1.
performance.
Pens down. Mark Andreco.
Jeff Bridges?
Yes. Clark Wolf.
Sam Jackson.
No. And Snyder.
Jeff Bridges.
Yes. Rachel.
Jeff Bridges.
Okay. So
Jeff Bridges.
start
Jeff
out
Papa Bridges.
It's 2-1.
Jeff Dunham.
Nope, that's Jeff Bridges. That's why I said Bridges.
All right, we delve into the world of crime movies. Something illegal happens. Your question. John C. Reilly and Kevin Bacon star as bank-robbing villains that take Meryl Streep and her family hostage in which Curtis Hanson film?
Oh, John C. Reilly.
I don't know, but I want to watch it now.
Oddly subdued crowd.
And Kevin Bacon.
That's a cast.
5. You asked this. 4.
That's my fault.
3.
I did that.
2.
Ooh.
1. Pens down,
Yeah.
please. We start with Clark Wolf.
Don't have it.
Didn't have it. Snyder.
The River Wild.
Yes. Cushing.
The River Wild.
Yes. And Draco.
The River Wild.
You had it.
The
Okay.
River Wild.
Clark Wolf.
My 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon skills almost failed me there, but
Got to get that first question answered.
Yeah. Round.
It's a blank whiteboard.
Question 3.
Needs to be
Question
cleaned.
3 here, round 1. Dramas. In 1993's In the Name of the Father, who stars as young Irishman Jerry Conlon?
The Name of the Father.
You watch that?
I do.
It's-
Love it.
How great is
The
that?
Scream? Oh, yeah, we play it
The
on.
Scream.
There's a show we have called Collider Live. We play it often.
Oh, you guys still do
5. Yeah, we still do it.
Oh, good
4.
for you.
Should listen to
What
this
I-
good. 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
That's
please,
funny.
And we start with Snyder.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes. Cushing.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
And Draco.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Clark.
I said Brad Pitt.
I said Sean Penn.
Okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis. That's one of the 5 movies he's done. How did I not remember?
3. The Odd Couple both throwing perfect games so far.
So far.
We move on to sports movies.
It's not Clark Knight
And your
right
question
now.
is, who does Rocky fight in the climactic boxing match in Rocky 2?
Wait, really?
I got a big Rocky match coming up with Tom Dagnino. You know that? Looking forward to that one.
I
5,
am looking forward to
4,
announcing that.
3,
I mean,
2.
Rocky
1.
2,
We start with
right?
Rachel Cushing.
yeah.
Apollo Creed.
Yes. And Draco.
Apollo Creed.
Yes. Clark.
Apollo Creed.
Snyder.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it.
What? Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed, it's the rematch.
I have to mimic.
We're only 2 points down now.
Fortunes change.
Rachel
Christian,
Cushion's
we are
like, Apollo
already
Creed, really?
arrived
That
at
was the
moment
question?
In the match where we represent the final of the Burnett Dagnino.
I thought they were going to say Rocky 5, which I
That
still
is
haven't
so
watched.
true, it's
Rocky
sad.
5.
All right, here we go.
Tommy.
Fantasy sci-fi.
Couldn't remember his name.
Sci-fi is the next question. In what 2018 sci-fi film can the protagonist be found on a mission to acquire 3 keys to unlock the gate to the golden egg?
Sounds hard.
Doesn't
Yeah.
sound-
Somebody gives me that offer, I'm like, yeah, the world can end or whatever's going to happen.
I like eggs though. 5. Oh, 5-ish. 4.
2 egg white,
3.
5-ish.
2. 1. Pens down, please, and we start with Mark Andreyko. No. Clark.
Nope.
No. Snyder.
Took me a second. Ready Player One.
Yes. Cushing.
Ready Player One.
Yes.
Ready Player
only
One.
2 points
Ready
down
Player One.
Are the Shirewolves
Okay, we
coming
both
back
wrote
here?
it like the
Rachel
poster.
Rachel's pitching a perfect game.
Rachel Cushing is pitching a perfect game. That is very true. Okay.
Also
next-
had Mark Rollins in it.
Always seems to work out where I get to say your next category is comedies.
Do you lose
Name
points if you don't
the
do that?
2003 action comedy in which Harrison Ford and Josh Hartnett play LAPD detectives who investigate the murder of a rap group.
Oh, what was that called? I remember that movie.
Ready Player One?
Yeah.
What song does it open with?
It's 2 words.
Yeah. You watched it recently. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
remember.
All right, we start with Clark Wolf.
Hollywood Homicide?
That's it.
Yes.
Snyder.
Hollywood Homicide.
Yes. Rachel.
Nope.
No. And Draco. Draco had it. So 10-7.
I
Clark
mean,
Wolf gets it. Rachel
that movie
misses
was
it. Down
forgettable,
3,
so
and
Rachel
it is
missed her
10-7.
perfect
The champions
round.
have a 3-point lead as we get to the next
Dang.
question here, which is horror/thriller. Elsa Lanchester played the title character in which classic horror sequel?
I'm not going to get this at all. Nowhere close to getting this.
5.
Maybe if I
4,
knew Elsa
3,
Lanchester.
2, 1.
Other
Jeff
context
Snyder.
clues.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes. Rachel.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes. And Mark.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Clark.
I am not going to show you what I wrote down, but it wasn't that.
Wow, really?
Clark's a little off today.
Bride of
Not
Frankenstein.
having the first round she normally has.
The other
Have to
context
admit what
clues
you
wouldn't
wrote.
have
If you
helped.
got it wrong, you can simply say I did not have the
Classic
right.
and sequel does
Just
not.
didn't have it. All right.
Well, how
next
many
question.
For a
classic horror
Patreon
movie
contribution of
sequels were there back in
$500,
the
she will
day?
tell you.
What day? They didn't give a year.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Last question.
Classic was the year.
Is in the world of animated movies. Closing
Yeah,
out round
Child's
number 1,
Play 2,
animated movies. Movies drawn
Friday
on a
the
computer or
13th
by
2,
hand. The
Nightmare
question,
Classic 2.
who voices the main character, the lion Alex, in the Madagascar franchise?
Oh, geez.
You know, we
That
have,
I do
we
know.
have an Alex here that I consider.
I know who was in those movies. I don't know who
Son of a
voiced
bitch.
what. I'm going to guess.
Yikes.
Son of a
you're
gun.
guessing
Son of a
right.
gun. You're right. 5, 4, 3.
You know.
Yep.
2,
Is it Ben Stiller?
1. Pens down, and we go to Rachel.
Ben Stiller.
Yes. And Draco.
Thank God.
No. Clark.
Yeah, no.
No. And Snyder.
No.
No. Clark
Ben
comes to
Stiller.
Rachel.
Ben Stiller.
Rachel there gets
the other options were Chris Rock or
points, and
David
it is
Schwimmer.
12-9.
Yeah.
The Shirewolves down by 3. Down by 3.
Or Jada
and
Pinkett
Rachel did not. She
Smith.
got 7 out of that round.
Yeah,
Sacha
very
Baron
good round
Cohen.
for Rachel, and then it seemed like all the other competitors at various points in round
was that
number
in the
1
second
still
one?
feeling their way around
That
the
was the
match.
second one.
This
This
is a
was the first one.
championship level competition we have here, so nerves bound to get a little frayed in the early going.
All right, so round number 2. How's it go?
That's why I'm here. It's the week. The Odd Couple not only are the favorites, but they also find themselves in the lead 12-9. They have the option to spin first or defer to their
6 to
opponents.
4.
So what would
So
the,
we're at
the
10
spectacle
from
of the
round
gentleman
1.
like?
A gentleman normally says ladies first, but I'm not a gentleman.
No, you're
I
not.
think we know that very well.
That's
No,
the
he is
truest
not.
thing ever been spoken
Yeah.
in this studio.
Right.
I don't know what kind. Okay, good for you.
Jeff Snyder preparing for
A
Put
spin
some of that
from
juju on the
Jeff
wheel there.
Snyder.
Here.
Sorry,
Soapy,
here's Jeff
soapy
Snyder's
juju.
Ridiculous spin. There it is.
There it goes.
That outfit.
Manager Roxy
I'm going to
Stryer
take a
and
wild
Ashley
stab in the dark that his outfit is his support
Looking
of
to
it
see
being
what is it
Pride
gonna
Month.
land
So
on here? Something
that's
they
what I'm
are happy
guessing.
with, like you said, because the champions
Still a
decided
weird
they're
outfit,
taking
though.
That's if you're trying to apply logic to the outfit that he's wearing at all.
Yeah, it's just a category,
I
so
think.
no matter what they pull,
I
they
honestly
can't
think he
spin
just
again should they
threw on
choose
whatever
that option.
random thing was in Party City
Probably.
that day.
Fine,
I
young
like
man.
to think there's an altruistic.
No, probably not.
They are keeping it.
Or maybe not. I don't
Leonardo
know.
DiCaprio. it
Good try,
is.
though.
All right, Leonardo DiCaprio, the champions, will go first. And
All right, 6 questions in the world of Leonardo DiCaprio.
got it. All right, here we go. Starting first.
Although he is wearing heart sunglasses, so you might be right.
Played Jim Carroll, who was a drugged-out teenager, in which biographical film?
The Basketball Diaries.
Yeah.
Correct for 2 points.
Huh. I was like on the tip of my tongue.
Question 2. In Catch Me If You Can,
Yes.
Frank Abagnale poses as a pilot for which airline?
Pan Am.
Pan Am. Yep.
I love that movie.
That is a great movie.
That's such a good movie.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Delta, B, United, C, Northwest, or D, Pan Am?
Pan Am. Pan America.
Delta?
It's incorrect. The choices are A.
You already know it.
A, Delta, B, United, C, Northwest, D, Pan Am.
Pan Am.
For 1 point. Correct.
Big steal.
Ah.
Yep.
4 questions remain for the odd couple.
All right, 4 questions remain. DiCaprio starred alongside this leading actress in 1995's The Quick and the Dead.
Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
2 points. Okay. All right. What's the name of the ambitious war movie the title character is producing at the beginning of The Aviator?
Hell's Angels?
2 more points.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was the 4th one.
All right.
And boy, what a tough one, but 2
Yep.
points go the way of the odd couple.
Number 5. Who played Leonardo DiCaprio's deceased wife in the thriller Shutter Island?
Venom.
Michelle Williams.
Yes.
2 more points.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Not the greatest showman, huh?
I'm trying to think quickly.
All right, here we go. This actress played Sal, the leader of the beach community, opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in The Beach.
Tilda Swinton.
For 2 more points. All right.
Wow.
Very impressive.
It was an impressive run.
Jeez.
Yeah, we went early DiCaprio, we went mid DiCaprio. That was an entire breadth of that young man's storied career.
All right, so the odd couple sees himself up right now, 22-10. Classy Clark Wolf is at the wheel. She's going to spin it, and here's a spin.
All right.
Here's that spin.
I have this thought in my head. I think I'll go ahead and put it out there for the world to know. I would consider Clark Wolf to be the best spinner of the wheel in history.
Easily. Well, she's had such a relationship with the wheel in her career from the beginning with the little stinky wheel to this wheel.
Yeah.
And this wheel's been more kind to her over the years.
Well,
She
it learned
hated
how
that.
to be an adult wheel.
She hated that first wheel, though, I'll tell you that.
Festival
Darlings. Spinning
gonna
away from Festival Darlings.
Nope.
There's the spin.
I would.
Classy Clark Wolf.
It's the only festival we've been to was
All right, here
South
we
by
go.
Southwest this year.
And us
Whatever
was
it
such a
lands on the
darling.
Shirewolves,
Yeah,
be
it was.
pressed to answer 6 questions.
But probably not in the same
Movie
way that
trivia
they mean.
know-how. Unless,
It was a
of
nice
course, it
review
lands
for our
on
channel,
Leo,
though.
because we can't give him too big of a head.
Too late.
All right, coming around.
I think that would be more classified as book smart.
It's not going to be
It's going to be
Festival
directors.
Darlings again.
It's directors.
Yeah.
That could be big. That could be good for the
Kind
Shirewolves.
of hate the fact we didn't do long shot also.
Yeah. It happens. Yeah, Beach Bum was not a festival darling.
This is a decent movie, but
All right. In the world of directors, your first question.
Not even.
Robert Zemeckis directed Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer in this 2000 thriller.
What Lies Beneath?
Yeah.
What lies beneath?
2 points.
He filmed that in the middle of filming Castaway while waiting for Tom Hanks to grow
All
a
right,
beard
next
and lose
question.
weight.
2 more points. Who directed
Fun fact.
such comedies as Superbad, Adventureland, and Paul?
Apatow.
Greg Mottola?
No. Yes.
2 more points.
Wow, good pull.
You know
Good
them, yes.
pull by the Shirewolves fighting back.
I'm so confused.
2 more points.
Who was wrong?
And as we get to the halfway point
Clearly.
of round number 2, who directed the Pixar films Monsters, Inc. and Inside Out?
Proctor.
Lassiter.
No.
Pete Doctor.
Doctor.
2 points.
That's what I meant, not
Here
Proctor.
come the
Shirewolves are
Wolves.
perfect.
Here come
You
the
just mixed
Wolves.
his first name and his last name.
So
Yeah.
they maintain this perfection
Proctor.
through the last 3 questions. Will be tied going into round
Don't
number
tell
3.
Pete
The
that.
betting round. Your next question, Shirewolves, in the world of directors. Who made
10.
his directorial debut
rough.
with the 1960 comedy The Bellboy?
Jerry Lewis.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Jerry Lewis, B, Blake Edwards, C, Jack Lemmon, or D, Woody Allen?
Jerry Lewis.
Hey, lady!
One more point.
I was about to do that.
I know.
Mark got me again.
Your penultimate
Mark Ellis
question
knows
in
what we're
round
going
number
to
2.
do, as if he's like a
The area of
comedic genius.
directors. Which actress was the
Yeah, but
director
we're
of
not.
the films In the Land of Blood and Honey and By the Sea?
Angelina Jolie.
2 points, and they're within 3 of the Odd Couples lead. All right, so one question remains.
A little late
and
on the
if
J-List,
the
sir.
Shirewolves are able to get this last question, round number 2, right off the bat,
I'm
they're going to
committed
pull to
to it.
within 1 of the Odd Couple. In the realm of directors, Todd Williams, Henry Joost, and Christopher Landon all directed entries in this recent horror franchise.
VHS.
ABC.
Paranormal Activity.
2 more
Oh.
points.
Oh,
and it's a
yeah,
one-point
okay.
ball game.
What a comeback by the former champs. It is 22-21. They have cut the lead to 1 as we get into round number 3.
Nice.
It looked like a big gap, hard to come back from, but they did it. They're only a point behind as we get into round number 3. That's the betting round. Mark, how's that going?
Yeah, I think those round numbers you bet.
All right, Jeff Snyder's going to spin the wheel to find out what category we're asking.
Such a colorful man.
Just,
I believe all the both teams have all their JTE rules on.
I have to admire him because I wouldn't go out in public, much less be on video and something like that. Just, it's weird.
Mixed bag.
Ooh.
I love it.
This is what that happened last time.
I love
That's
it.
what happened last time.
Oh, this
wasn't
is
it?
great. Because
Mixed
mixed bag.
bag.
They
It
don't
could be
know what the
anything.
category is, so they still have to write
So
down
we
the
can
winner
bet up to
now.
3
Sure.
points, right?
Last time with them too.
Oh, this is good stuff here.
Mixed bag.
Mixed bag could be literally anything. It could be a book question.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet 1.
Yeah, same.
The team's getting their wagers set. You are allowed to confer with your teammate in betting.
All right, mixed bag. All right, so
Got the point values ready?
here we go.
All right, can I
It's
take a
gonna
quick
be
look at
Western.
that, sir?
Okay.
And with the
Roka's gonna be on
Shannon,
site like,
just a
I
little
know
bit
it.
of-
Yes,
Yeah,
I saw both.
Thanks
I saw
very
both.
much.
All right, here we go, guys. In Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Okay.
who plays popular senior Brad Hamilton?
Yes. Dang it.
Write it down. No multiple choice.
I'm glad I didn't bet more.
Yep. We're gonna find
I
out.
wish I bet more.
5, 4, 3,
The only one I remember in that movie is Sean Penn.
1. We start with the challengers. How many points?
2.
And you said?
Judge Reinhold.
How many points for the champions?
2.
And you said?
Judge Ryan.
Both correct on both sides. So it's still
1
1
and
point.
Judge Reinhold.
24,
Nice.
23. And now we get to the speed round. This usually makes or breaks a match. It just depends on how it goes. But the speed round, we have
Then you have exactly 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi to answer the question. If you don't get it right or you're not able to answer correctly within those 2 seconds, you will lose the point. We always like to do a little test here just to make sure the buzzers are working. So, Mark Andreyko, this question is going to be asked to you first. What is your teammate's name? Mark.
Robert Meyer Burnett.
We'll accept that. All right, Jeff Snyder, what is your teammate's name?
Mark Andreyko.
Very accurate, 1 point. All right, Clark Wolf, what is Mark
I'm
Andreyko's
guessing this
teammate's
typically
name?
happens behind the scenes and
Feels
we
like a
don't
trick
see this.
question. Jeff Snyder.
Okay, she 1.5 seconds. All right,
took the
and
high, she took the high road.
Rachel Cushing, your question is, who is the greatest Intergeekdom player of all time?
All right, I'll say it. Me.
There's no shame in that.
And the confidence is there.
I actually
Rachel
want them
Cushing.
to. They need to add that in like
I will
from now
just be saying your
on.
first
I
name
want
on
to
the
see
call.
The only
this.
person I heard scream and yell there was Eric, the editor, who's going to use that in the next clip. I can tell you. All right.
It's true.
Champions, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Challengers, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Who played the title character in Uncle Buck?
John Candy.
Correct.
Mark had it.
What film released in 2014 won the Best Picture at the Academy Awards?
Rachel,
Birdman.
Correct.
Yes. Oh, that's right. That was a good movie too.
3 questions remain.
Okay. Denzel Washington had famously never done a sequel to one of his
Equalizer.
films.
Mark,
Equalizer.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, actually, no. No. The full question is, Denzel Washington had famously never done a sequel to one of his films until which 2018 film? The answer is The Equalizer
2.
Challenge?
Right, so the challenge is on the table. We will go to a ruling, and we'll be...
Here's the thing. You didn't listen to the full question. You didn't know the answer the question was trying to get at.
Which is the sequel, yeah.
It is, yeah.
The ruling is going to be upheld.
Yeah.
Equalizer and Equalizer 2 are two different movies.
Yep.
They weren't asking for the franchise, they were asking for a specific movie.
Yes.
So you could say Equalizer.
We are back, and after consulting with the judge as well as Christian and myself, we have decided that the ruling does stand. The point will not be awarded to Mark Andreyko or his team, the Odd Couple. They will lose a point because the full
Can we
question
hear that question again?
had the answer of the Equalizer 2. This is why the speed round is so challenging, is that you want to buzz in with the right answer, but sometimes in your rush to do so, you buzz in before you hear the full question asked. The question had the answer, the Equalizer 2.
What was the question? Can you repeat it?
Yes, I can. Denzel Washington had famously never done a sequel to one of his films until which 2018 film? Which would be The Equalizer 2. The first equal... Yeah. All right. All right.
Tough break, and we have one more question to go.
Two more.
Two more questions.
Two more
to
questions.
go. Two more
If they
questions
ask
to go.
for a series,
All right, here we
then
go. Question
Equalizer would be
number
right.
4. Which 2005 Steve Carell film served as Judd Apatow's direct?
Jeff.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yes. All right.
Didn't take him long to get back on the train.
Kelly Clarkson.
Speed round.
Last one. Which Oscar-nominated coming-of-age movie was filmed over a 12-year period?
Boyhood.
Yes.
And Mark Andreyko goes back too. That's
Directed
a
by
big play for the
Austin native
Odd
Richard
Couple. Not
Linklater.
going in their favor, yet they're able to bounce back with a
Yeah, I
last
said it.
two
I got it out.
correct answers in the speed
Richard
round. And guess what, Chris? You
Linklater.
see that score?
Yeah.
Tie game.
50 points have been scored.
Red
half by
leather,
each
yellow
team.
leather.
Tie game as
The
we
Human
get
Torch
to the
was denied
final
a bank
round,
loan.
the championship round.
They are tied going into the final round.
Belts will either be retained or
It's a good match.
distributed.
Golly.
In the final round,
This is
round number
ridiculous.
5. Each team tied at 25. It's been a hell of a match thus far. Because the Odd Couple are the favorites going into it, and they have the belts, they can give us their 3 lucky numbers first. So, gentlemen, do you feel lucky, punks?
What is it? 1 through 20?
1 through 20.
I like these tied matches, but at the same time, I'm like, why don't we
5,
just
10, and 15.
play
5,
one
10,
round
15
and that's
for the
it?
champions and for the
I mean, granted, I like all the
8,
questions
12,
as well because I want to
19.
answer them,
12,
but
and 19 for
I
the
know
Wolves,
it's,
who will
it's
go
being
first.
super negative. I get that, but
It's a really ridiculous thought you just had.
Category 8 for the Wolves. 2-pointer here comes in Sly and Arnie films. Sly and Arnie films.
All right, who would like to answer
Just
it?
call the
Keep in mind,
the
JT
category
is not on your
Slarney.
team.
Slarney.
Yeah. Chris, leave. It's a really ridiculous thought you just had.
It's tough because you always got to wonder who's going to have to answer whatever that 3 points.
Touche.
Going to need a decision here in 5,
Football games are won in
4,
the fourth quarter. I mean, I'm just saying.
3.
Okay.
2.
All right, I will take it.
All right, Clark Wolf's going to take it.
In the same fire that burns in your fireplace.
Clark, we're going to start
Same
here.
fire that'll burn your house
Clark,
down.
what is the city? What city is the main setting in the film Daylight?
Detroit.
Chicago.
Answer is New York City. New York City.
I want to be a part.
We bounce back to the Odd Couple here who have to
It's
answer
a
their 2
sewer.
All
Who
right, Odd
cares?
Couple, you selected for your 2-point question number 5.
None of them are nice.
And that corresponds to the world of the 80s.
You haven't been to New York.
I'll take it.
Pretty sure the sewers in New York are not good.
For 2 points.
Yeah.
Your
Trash,
question is-
garbage, sewage, Ninja Turtles.
You can
You
find
know.
the characters of Gordy, Vern, Chris, and
Stand
Teddy.
by me.
in
Yep.
What 1980s
Sorry.
coming of age film? You would have thought you learned your lesson of all people. But he is correct. It was a 1986 Rob Reiner film, and now the Odd Couple have a 2-point lead. So now we go back to the Shirewolves. If they get their 3-pointer right, they're going to force the hand of the Odd Couple yet again.
All right, so now we get to the 3-pointer. This is crime. This is Rachel
They're not
Christian's
laughing.
question. Rachel, you have 20 seconds for this one. Name 3 of the 5 actors who played criminals in The Usual Suspects.
Oh, geez. I could do all of them.
Kevin Spacey, Stephen
Benicio
Baldwin,
del
and Benicio del Toro.
Kevin Pollak. Gabriel Byrne.
Correct.
She went with some of the harder names to remember.
Very impressively answered.
3-pointer
It's my second favorite movie of all time. I can name all 5 of them.
And Jeff Snyder.
So
That's right, Jeff.
You'll just have to trust me on
your
that.
Your team selected
You can
number
do that
10,
too, right? Yeah.
And your 3-point question is asked just to you is in the world of biopics.
See what I have to work with.
And your question. Paul Dano and John Cusack portrayed which famous musician in 2015's Love and Mercy?
Brian Wilson.
For 3
points.
Wow.
And now they're back in the lead. So now the Shirewolves, Christian, it is a do-or-die moment.
It's do or die for the Shirewolves right now. They have a chance to throw it back to the Odd Couple with this 5-pointer. If they hit it, it bounces back to the champions. However, if they miss, the Odd Couple retains the titles. 19. Look out for that belt in front of you, Rachel. It's comic book movies.
Just a little intense.
Comic book movies.
No pressure.
Come on, Inner Geekdom.
There we go.
Some pressure.
In Deadpool, what does Wade decide to do with Vanessa on their first date?
Skee ball. She got it.
Play skee ball?
Yep.
That's correct. So we find ourselves in this position.
You always
It's
want to come down to the last question. Yes.
If the Odd Couple hits it, they keep the titles. However, if they miss it, the Shirewolves regain the titles, and they will see Rachel Cushing as a double champion once again. Mark the 5-pointer.
The 5-pointer for the win and to keep the belts comes as you selected number 15 in the world of comedy. No, it's round 5. And your question. In the film Scrooged, what does arrogant TV executive Frank Cross send to most everyone on his Christmas list?
Oh, I can't remember.
Five.
Repeat the question.
3.
Repeat the question.
Yep.
Do that. In Scrooged, what does arrogant TV executive Frank Cross send to most everyone on his Christmas list?
I would say Jam of the Month Club, but that's Christmas Vacation.
Is it something ridiculous or something?
Fruitcake?
They got it.
Nice. Once again, they are Cassie Clark Wolf, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, the Shirewolves.
It's a towel.
Give us the
towel.
belts back.
Towel. He sent a VCR to a few people, but most of them got the dreaded towel.
The answer was a towel, and we found ourselves in the same exact position. This time, the Odd Couple had to answer the 5. They didn't get it.
Wow.
And the Shirewolves take the belts back. Rachel Cushing is
Wow.
once again both the team and Inner Geekdom's champion. The Odd Couple fought a hell of a battle. What a fight by the Odd Couple.
What a great game, and what a comeback by them, because to have a ruling go
That is,
the other way midway through round
that's a main
before the
event.
speed round when the split would really start to form. To be able to come back from taking that uppercut and getting the last points in that round, and then being able to 3-point question. This came down to the wire. As we thought it was the Shirewolves' way, they are champ again.
Are the movie trivia Schmoedown champions for the second time. They are the only 2 people now, they're the only team ever to repeat. They're the only team to ever do it twice. And Rachel and Clark joined Jeff Snyder as the only people to win it twice. The team,
The Patriots.
Yes, the Patriots. So, man, that was a battle right down to the wire. Nothing to be ashamed of on both teams here. And I'm sure
So
Jen
is there
Sturger
another
has a lot
rematch
to
after
say
this?
to both the Odd Couple and Roxy Stryer.
No, because
Here
Odd
we
Couple
go.
didn't defend twice.
Well, Jeff, even though you're dressed like a parade, you will not be attending one today. I know.
I mean,
you guys
the
really
predictions
put forth
are
a valiant
running
effort out there. I
still.
know, Mark, you were probably disappointed, obviously, with what went down in the speed round. Tell me what your thoughts are going through this right now.
You know what? This was a mirror image of the match where we beat them. It came down to the 5-point question. We were behind that time. They came, you know, you always want to win. Anyone that says they don't want to win is lying. But if we could play like them, if we could just play them off and on like this for the rest of our lives, I'd be happy. This is a fun. I'm going to look forward to watching this match because it was this with a score of 63 between the two teams. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and congratulations to them. They're great. You know, it's the fate, it's the wheel, it's that 5-point question. I knew their 5-point question last time. They knew our 5-point question this time. That's just the way it happens. The only sadness is I would have liked to have won 2 in a row, but that's a first-class problem to have.
Absolutely. And Jeff, you've defended a belt, what, 7 times?
Yeah, I would have loved to have defended this one today, but Shirewolves came to play. I mean, they ran through that second round. I thought we had them on the ropes, and they got a lot of good director questions, and yeah, speed round, tough blow.
Yeah, what did you learn defending a title for the first time, Mark? How was that feeling?
It was surprisingly less tense than I thought it was. It was. I tried to be very zen, and Jeff's been really good about that. Like when we converse, we turn and we face each other and we make eye contact. So it gets you out of your head, and because you can whip yourself into a frenzy. That's the difference of why I like playing teams instead of singles. Because in singles, you're only in your own head, and I want to move out of here.
But is this really what you want to move into?
Yes, I told Jeff. I said I hope we remain a team as long as he will have me because I think we complement each other really well. I think we're in a groove. Like I said, I have no shame about this loss. If every loss is this good, I can lose every match for the rest of my life. So there's and I'm very proud of Rachel and Clark. They're dear friends. They're family. So to lose to friends in a match this exciting, it's a win.
Roxy, I know you and I have had our differences, but I have to say, watching this team out there and just the way they've progressed and the way that they've built this undeniable chemistry, you've done an amazing job as manager this year. And I mean, if this isn't a run for manager of the year, I don't know what is, honestly.
Oh, there's no
thank
one
you so
even
much.
close to her this year. I will die on the hill. We would not be here. We would not be here without Roxy.
Don't die on the hill because we got to keep playing. We've got more to do. I really appreciate that, Jen. And also, I just want to say, there's nothing more you guys could have done. I'm so proud of you. I thought that you played the most amazing game today, and you talked, you communicated. Everything that was a problem the first match we ever had is no longer a problem. If you don't know it, you don't know it. You guys know way more than I'll ever know. So I'm just really proud of you guys.
Well, I'm sure this is not the last we've seen of the Odd Couple.
We want a rubber match, and we're gonna take on whoever we have to in this league to get back to this position. Because I think the third one would really have some fireworks.
Well, with the team tournament coming up, I'm thinking we can make that happen for you guys. Sorry about your loss, but hell of a match, guys.
Thank you for watching.
All right, look, classy loss.
They're called the Odd Couple. They should change the name to the Happy Losers.
Well, I mean, it was.
Given Jeff Snyder is in that team, that's kind of weird.
There's nothing to come out of that fight and say, "Oh man, this happened and this should have happened." It's like that's exactly why they play the game, because you want a match like this. Like for people who are watching this, I want to be in the Schmoedown. They go, "Oh, you know what match I really watched that I wanted to see that made me want to become a player was Shirewolves versus the Odd Couple." Both the matches, the way that they played, the way they respected each other, the knowledge that they both had. You look at Clark Wolf's game. Clark had struggled in that first round, came back to fight in that second round, and then had a strong the third round, the fourth round. They just played all together. Rachel Cushing had a hell of a game, and it was just
and that's the lesson that you learn when you watch a championship match. It's not who can play the more perfect game, because there are no perfect games. What you're going to experience is people taking their lumps and being able to come back from that.
How do you hang in there?
It's a quote in a Rocky movie.
All right, so now we are with Jen Sturger, who is with the new Movie Trivia Schmoedown team champions once again.
Returning.
The Shirewolves.
Returning the champions.
That's right, guys. Ladies, how does it feel to have...
Clark's like, I'm never giving it up.
You guys are the people's champions.
Never gonna give you up.
This is mine.
Never gonna turn.
This is mine.
She's rickrolling us all.
You can't have it.
Yeah.
We had to do a gut check. We lost, and that took a little bit to sink in, but it made us stronger. It made us fight a little bit harder, and we wanted to be the team that, while we lost the belts, we fought back and got them back, and that's what we did.
What have you guys learned from your feud now with the Odd Couple? I feel like they're the first competition you guys really came up against that you were like, oh wow, like you said, it was a gut check moment.
Yeah, they are formidable opponents, absolutely, and they're an incredible team. They're so well rounded. When we're thinking about categories for the wheel, we're always like, well, geez, what do we pick? I don't even, meaning because we feel like their strengths are our strengths and our strengths are their strengths, and we feel very evenly matched, which means that's going to be a tough that's always going to be a tough match.
Is that why Har wasn't on the wheel? I was wondering, because I'm like, that's your go-to. Where was it?
Yeah, no. If Mark Andreyko is playing against me, Horror is not going on the wheel. That's not a lock. I do want to say, by the way, just now, I want to clarify when we were at the desk and I said, towel, I was quoting Scrooged. I wasn't yelling at them being a jerk. So I just wanted to, VHS. So it's, yeah. Anyway, that's just a little nerdy part because Scrooged is, my favorite movie. Sorry.
I don't think anyone would ever call the Shirewolves jerks, even in the comment section. Rachel, I know you have such a love-hate relationship with the comment section and Twitter. What does winning this belt back mean to you?
It goes back to something I said before, too. Defending the belt the first time against Who's the Boss was the match that meant the most to us because it meant proving all those people wrong. And it was as much about them as it was about us. After that, it was about us, growing our partnership, getting better, honing in on the game, and playing our hearts out, knowing win or lose, we've cemented our status, we've cemented our legacy in this game, and we're so proud of that. So, as much as we love our fans and all the little girls and the people that look up to us, and that's truly one of the best parts of this game, and we're definitely hoping that we represent you well, but this isn't about the fans, this is about us now.
Yeah, and if I can just say, it's always amusing to me after playing with Rachel for so long that she allows detractors to get into her head because she is probably the best person to ever play this entire game. Inner geekdom, singles, teams, whatever, and I think you proved that today, time and time. You proved it over and over again, but I struggled in this game, and Rachel, picked up where I was struggling and helped carry me, and I think we hopefully do that for each other, but I was really glad that Rachel was my partner today.
But I just have to say, that's a sign of a good partnership. We're not always on 100% time. No player in this league has been perfect every game, every match they've been in. And a sign of a good partnership is recognizing that your teammate's struggling a little bit, doing your best to pick up the slack, but also to be there to encourage them. We had a long talk about who was going to take the 2-pointer and the 3-pointer because of where our heads were at. It was less about the categories, but that's why we're a great team. We talk it out. We have each other's backs. She's had my back when I didn't have good games, and today I was proud to pick up a little bit of that slack. It happens, but that's why you're my favorite person in this league, and that's why I'm so glad you're my partner.
So now you ladies get to sit back and watch the team tournament and see who you will have to defend against next. I know you're not even looking forward to that, but
that's true.
Rachel, obviously you've got 2 belts on your shoulders right now, and I know that you were probably too busy prepping for your match earlier, but I'm sure you've heard that you'll be facing Mike Kalinowski now at Comic-Con in San Diego. What is that going to be like going up against KO again?
I said it last time. If he wants to lose to me a 4th time, I am happy to oblige. But congratulations, it was a hell of a match. Kevin, you're a star in the league. You'll do amazing in the future, I have no doubt. But I am very excited to go up against Mike again in front of the Comic-Con crowd.
I think I can vouch for this entire audience and the audience at home when I say I'm very excited for that too.
Yep.
Well, there you go. The new champions will be at the post
Sure.
show when we wrap this thing up here, talking to Emma Fife and Ken Knapsack. But look, what an event it was, partner. We had 2 big #1 contender matches: the Manager Bowl and the Team Championship. That saw the champions once again, Classy Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing, taking their championship back.
Hey, it's been an honor to be here with you and with everyone out there for the Collision 3. We got to learn a little something with that last match. Is that if you lose, take it with a smile on your face and enjoy the ride. And for the victors, where they're covering up each other's mistakes, that's what makes a great partnership. You and I should start doing that.
Sure. What'd you say? Anyway, I wanted to thank you guys. I wanted to thank all of you once again, and make sure
it was my pleasure.
Thank you. Keep that hashtag going of the Schmoedown Collision 3, Shirewolves versus Odd Couple, whatever it is. Get it out there, and we're going to be checking all of that. We'll retweet some of them from the official account, do all the stuff there, too. Make sure you join the Facebook group. There's almost 20,000 of you guys right now. If you haven't joined Patreon, please do so. All the live events that we get, you can be part of that. If you, whether you wanted to just get the stream, you can do that, or you become a $10 patron. You get every live stream we do, and we have a ton of live streams coming. One of those is going to be the July 20th match, where we now know the Inner Geekdom Championship will be Rachel, the Crusher Cushing, the teams and Inner Geekdom champion, putting up the Inner Geekdom title against Mike the Killer Kalinowski.
Oh, that's going to be a big match. Very excited to get to San Diego. In the long term, yes, we're going to San Diego. We're going to New York. You can get those tickets at theschmoedownlive.com. In the short term, I need a bathroom break. And we're also going to go to a post-show where we have a live stream. We're going to have a lot of the competitors here today. Some people, maybe you and I, will pop into it. But just lest we forget, let's get everybody in this room to give a huge round of applause to our crew, who literally seamlessly, perfectly executed.
Every time.
By my count, they only spilled a beer 3 times, and that's a new record.
And I think they've earned it every single time. Thank you to all you guys, whether the crew, the fans, everyone. Thank you so much, and make sure that you listen. Also, listen to the Schmoedown Rundown next week to go over all this, whether it's Frankie Numbers, The Boat, Brad Gilmore, and Chris Clark, who will be talking about this in length. But yeah, Mark said it. Go on over to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown YouTube channel and go to the post show. Emma Fife, Ken Knapp are taking your questions. So go on over there now and start asking questions. You're going to see some of the champions. You don't know which special guests are going to show up, but go on over to the post show. Wrapped up. What a great event it was. One of the best events I think we've done so far. For the great Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. See you next time.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I feel like the team belts are back home.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, they're back where they belong. I mean, I enjoyed the fact that Mark Andreyko got a belt and that Jeff Snyder got the belt again with a separate team. I enjoyed that. Again, it's something that the Schmoedown has never experienced.
Mm-hmm.
But I really feel like the belts are back where they belong, back home with the Shirewolves.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a while before I am personally ready for the belts to move on to other hands. I wasn't ready for it to go to Odd Couple yet.
Which is good because we got an entire team tournament that's about to happen. So you've got a while before those belts could potentially leave their hands again.
And end up moving into someone's hands maybe at the Excuse me. Wow. Maybe end up into somebody else's hands at the Spectacular.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be ready for that yet either. Mm-hmm. We'll see. We got to see how the teams play this year.
That's a whole nother half a year we got to go, though. So
if there's some teams that are really earning our respect, and it's got to earn respect higher than the Shirewolves have, then maybe. But otherwise, I kind of want the Shirewolves to stay there for a minute.
Anyways, fantastic match. Definitely worthy of being the main event of this entire thing.
Absolutely.
But I would still say that Kalinowski and Smets is just right under it. I mean,
gosh. That one was huge.
Yeah.
But the other one on this was the Liz Shannon Miller versus Paul Oyama. So now we have to look forward to also Paul Oyama taking on Dan for the belt.
Which I said in the video, that's going to be a fantastic match. I am really eager to see. Like, Paul Oyama strikes me as the type of person with his knowledge, his charisma, his personality. He's going to be a very strong... Like, I feel like Andrew Guy got lucky beating Dan Murrell.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like Andrew.
And you were going for him in Houston.
Okay. Our own K-Fob aside.
What's K-Fob?
Yeah. Andrew Guy knows a lot. He has definitely proven himself. Much respect to Andrew Guy and his knowledge. But that was an impressive, lucky win against Dan Murrell. If Paul Oyama is going to score a win against Dan Murrell,
he will have earned it.
It's going to be completely based off of knowledge.
It's not going to be luck. It's going to be because he just earned. Well, I mean, it always comes when it's two top competitors. It always comes down to what are the questions you got? Did you know them? How did you spin the wheel? And what numbers did you pick for that match? How fast are you at the buzzer? And how much did you bet in the betting round?
The thing is Paul Oyama is almost literally a walking IMDb.
At this point, it feels like it.
He is the internetmoviedatabase.com. So I'm very eager to see this match. Also, keep in mind that Dan Murrell still holds that ability to challenge anyone at any time. There is a good chance that if Paul Oyama plays him, beats him, wins the belt, that Dan Murrell's going to immediately re-challenge him and get his belt back.
Maybe, but at the same time, you have to think, what if Dan wants to use that right now to go up against the Shirewolves right this second to try to knock them into the tournament and keep the Founding Fathers at the end of the tournament.
That's
so they
true.
don't have to play. They just are hanging out at the end.
Which you would almost think if that was the case, we probably would have seen something during this.
Not necessarily. This was done live.
That's true. So
that might be something we see on the next one. But at this point, Shirewolves aren't going to get an automatic rematch this time.
Yeah.
So if that happens, say Dan says, "Hey, let's face Shirewolves now. Let's do it now." Then the title match happens now. Shirewolves don't get an automatic rematch if they lose because they have to defend it 2 more times again in order for that to happen.
That'll be interesting to see.
Then they are competing in the tournament,
especially since Corruption has a match coming up, or not Corrupt. Well, I mean Corruption and Founding Fathers have a match coming up.
That's true.
So that would be interesting if it all of a sudden becomes Founding Fathers, potentially with the belts. Going up against Corruption. I don't know. Again, we could like the last video, we could speculate on everything all day, but
what I'm really interested in, obviously there's the Oyama versus Dan, both know their stuff. I think the big thing that I'm really interested in is seeing the Dungeon go up against the Horsemen, because that hasn't happened yet. Pretty sure. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. Outside of Zipper being in the manageable, but that doesn't count. How are those two going to play off of each other?
So, I mean, the first thing, obviously, is going to be how good is Smets outside of the Inner Geekdom? I mean, he's a powerhouse in Inner Geekdom, easily. So, how would he do outside of the Inner Geekdom? Do you think that him,
I don't know, because I think
teamed up with Oyama, potentially, could that be a dominating team?
No, because I think at right now you're seeing Zipper team up with Oyama.
Possibly, yeah.
And so those two are going to be the two that would take on anybody else team-wise right now.
I guess I just want to see Smets teamed up with someone just because I think that's going to be a fantastic team.
You just want to see Smets play every game ever.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think right now, I think Smets is on the right track. I think his head is completely focused in Inner Geekdom, and I think that's probably right where he needs to stay, because he's got round 2 in Inner Geekdom coming up. If he gets to take on Kalinowski again, if he gets to face Rachel at some point, that's a big thing for him. But yeah, just to see the Dungeon butt heads with the 5 Horsemen at this point is pretty exciting. A pretty exciting thought for me, because I like Dagnino and Kaiser.
Yeah.
I would have really wished one of them won the Manager Bowl, but oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, so these 2 matches were fantastic. You have Paul Oyama winner, you have Shirewolves winners again. It just feels right.
Yeah, the belts are where they need to be.
So yeah, I mean, as far as you guys out there, if you for some reason aren't subscribed to the Schmoedown yet, I'd say, why are you watching this video? But you might have stumbled upon this from one of the other videos, and you're like, what's going on here? I don't know if you would have lasted this long, but hey, go subscribe to the Schmoedown channel. Like, comment. I think the video is going to be up. I don't know when we're going to have this up. I guess right after it pops up on Friday.
That's what I'm shooting for as far as editing goes.
Yeah, good luck. So, I mean, the video is going to be live on YouTube now. So like, comment over there. Share that video around. Let people know what the Schmoedown is about. Big deal. And just all the things with them. They got the Patreon. If you're not on the Patreon yet, I mean, what more do they have to do to prove it to you?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess some people just flat out can't afford $1 right now.
Which is fine. We've been in that position where even like $1 going to some YouTube channel, it seems like it might be just absurd to have to spend that on. But
if you can afford it, do it. It is worth it. You got the exhibition matches. You get access to the Discord, access to the Discord fan league. If you want to jump in there too, you have access to that. I mean, that's all good value right there.
Yeah, there's a lot that they actually give you with the amount of money you're spending for each tier level. So easily jump in there if you can.
And then live events. You got live events coming up. We've said it before, you have the Comic-Con show, San Diego. Kalinowski versus Rachel. That is a headlining match for Comic-Con. That's going to be amazing. I wish we could go.
Yeah. We'll be going to California a couple of weeks before that, though. So
like literally a week before that.
Something like that.
Yeah, but not that part of California. We also got the New York shows coming up. End of August. There's tickets for that too. And then, as we said before,
potentially a show in Arizona, Florida. Yeah, so keep an eye on the Schmoedownlive.com. Pick up your tickets as they become available. Take it from two people who went to the Houston live show.
It's worth it.
Worth it. So yeah, go check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown YouTube channel. Let them know how you feel. Like, comment, subscribe over there. Also, for our channel, what did you think of these reactions to the Schmoedown Collision? Let us know by commenting your opinions, your thoughts, your feelings down below. Also, like our videos because, of course, you like our videos. There is no dislikes or unlike, whatever it's called.
That's
I don't care.
A figment of your imagination.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure by now there's some kind of button above our heads that say something along the lines of subscribe.
That's a ceiling.
Yeah, and right next to us there's probably some other buttons with other videos that we have made.
Corner of the ceiling.
Yep, and as always...
Hey ladies! Got the belts again.
Yeah, later.
See ya.
Is this over? Do we need to do anything else? I've really got to pee.